back again for yet another episode of Random Thoughts from a Crazy Mind as my smartphone conked out. My AO2S smartphone that I got from Samsung AO2S smartphone that I got for free from TrackPhone. Conked out due to lack of storage apparently, so hopefully I can get through the rest of this video as I deleted one of my previous videos off that I didn't know was on there. So this is a really difficult video to do, my most valuable video on YouTube, and I can't get it to work, but nobody's gonna watch it. But we did get one viewer, so hello to your viewer if you're out there and you stuck around for this story. Part 3. Now, in the few minutes that I was going on in the past video, I think I said that I was, I started my job, got my job due to my interest in the stock market. I had wound up getting this job and I thought I was going to get laid off in 2 years, but it turns out that didn't happen. So there was a lot of opportunity to work overtime in this particular job, and at this point I had been through my own Great Depression, so I was highly motivated. So I worked as much overtime as I could possibly work, and after a couple of years I wound up getting a job in the email department. And email was really not a very stressful job, and my background is in writing since I had a journalism major, so I could pound out lots and lots of hours that I could never have done on the phone or doing some other type of work. And so I was given the opportunity to work basically 60 hours a week for 10 years, and that's what I did. I worked pretty much every single day of the year when it was available during the what they call the tax season, which is from October through April, pretty much just gets slammed. And so during that time of year I would work every single day, and I would work 12-hour days, 13-hour days, every single day. At one point I went 2 years straight without a day off, and they let me work it. I was working in a really incompetent department, and when there wasn't problems with volumes, they were screwing up the department, so that really helped, and so I was able to work a lot of hours, and I worked there for 10 years, and due to my minimalist lifestyle, it was even exacerbated during this time because I was working so many hours that I couldn't spend any money anyway, so all the money just went straight into savings. And I finally, I kept working harder and harder because I wanted to get to a place where I was okay. I wanted to get to $230,000 because I knew I could live off of $230,000 pretty much for the rest of my life, because I'm a minimalist. $230,000 I can do a lot of damage with. So I got to 230, and then I wanted to get to 333. I got to 333, then I wanted to get to 500. I got to 500, and at 500 I was pretty much okay. And I got a little further, and then they got sick of me at this particular place that I worked after 10 years. They decided that they'd like to have somebody that was 22 years old and didn't know what they were doing, didn't make as much money, even though I didn't make that much money. So that particular department was tired of me after 8 years. So I wound up getting fired. So I retired. I didn't retire. I got retired. So at this point, there was decent interest rates at this time because the housing bubble was going on. So interest rates were pretty high. So with the amount of money that I had, I did the math, I came to almost the exact same number of dollars that I would make working as I would not working. And so I actually was getting screwed over by this company my whole time there. I was being underpaid compared to my counterparts because of the hiring phase. You know, I was always in the wrong place at the wrong time. So I only got up to $43,000, which was a lot of money for me. I mean, even today, $43,000 is a lot of money as far as I'm concerned. That's the most money I ever made, was $43,000. So that's basically the moral to this story. I mean, I managed to save all of my money working $30,000 a year job. I mean, I was making like 34,000 pretty much tops before they adjusted me, and I got a big raise right at the end when I couldn't take advantage of it, and I got it boosted up to 43, which was kind of more the company average from the 37 that I was at or so. I think I was at 39 at that point. So I worked my whole career making $30,000, and I managed to retire by age 40 in spite of that. And in spite of having been made less than minimum wage at age 31. So that just shows you the power of what minimalism can do for you if you use it in the right way. Now, am I recommending that you do this? No. I mean, you know, my life is pretty miserable when I was teaching school, for sure. It was pretty miserable when I was not teaching school before that. When I was in my 20s, my 30s, I mean, those years were disasters. I mean, I did not live a good life in those years. So I definitely recommend that you do what you want to do. Don't do what I did. But you don't have to spend a lot of money all the time. You know, you can do amazing things through minimalism by just living an ordinary life and valuing experience, not valuing things, not valuing clothes. You know, now I had a lot of clothes when I was working. I mean, people were impressed by my shirts. I've got a kind of a thing for shirts. And so I bought really nice shirts, but I would buy them on sale, you know, at the end of the season, and during the spring I would buy fall clothes. I would get really nice shirts for $15. I mean, I literally could wear almost one shirt. I think I wore shirts twice a year. That's how many shirts I had. So I would wear a shirt twice a year, and I overheard one of the girls talking about me, and they said, "He never wears the same shirt twice." Which was not true. I did wear it twice, but I only wore it twice. So, you know, it wasn't like I wasn't able to have nice things. It wasn't like I just didn't waste money on a lot of other stuff. But I mean, even today, after I've lived this extreme minimalist lifestyle for 30 years, I still have all kinds of junk that I'm like, how in the world do I have all this crap when I don't buy anything? So it's not like, you know, I've really gone without at all. I just haven't wanted really anything. So just place a value on the things that are important. Buy things that give you value, and don't buy things that don't give you value, you know. Make sure that you're experiencing life and not trying to experience life through things. And you will save a lot of money, because we make a lot of money in the United States. You know, wherever if you're somehow watching this in another country, maybe this will not be something that can help you all that much. But if you live in the United States, you're being paid a lot more money than it really takes to live on. We live very extravagant lifestyles here. So you're paid to live an extravagant lifestyle. So if you choose not to live that extravagant lifestyle, then you can have a lot of money. There's a lot of opportunity there. You can live on half your pay pretty easily. Now, if you've got a wife and kids and all that kind of thing, you know, it's going to be a lot harder, but you can still make decisions where you're not just wasting money all the time, especially if you got a 2-income family. You know, there's ways to make things work. So that's the moral of this story. That's the moral of this video. It's not do as I do. It's not even do as I say. It's just, you know, this is how minimalism worked for me. You can see the power that minimalism had in my life. In spite of negative circumstances, I wound up retiring at the age of 40, even though it was not the best way to go about it. It wound up working out, and I've been living. I should say that, you know, most people would not be able to retire on the amount of money that I retired with. You know, I did not retire with $1 million. I had less than $1 million. Most people would have blown right through it. They could never have managed as long as I have without it. But I have more money now than when I quit working. And even though I've been interested in investing, I'm not a good investor. I'm a good saver. I'm not a good investor. I'm very conservative. I don't like the stock market at all because it's been overvalued ever since I've really had an opportunity to invest in it when I had money. You know, when I didn't have money, there were opportunities to invest in the stock market. When I have had money, the market's been overvalued. So I haven't been able to really take advantage of the spectacular bull market. I haven't doubled my money or anything like that. I haven't made any money really at all in stocks. In fact, when the stock market went down in 2008, I had money to put into it, but I wound up going into municipal bonds because I could get a guaranteed 6%. And I was making good money for those for a lot of years, but they all wound up getting called when interest rates went back down, when the economy went in the crapper again pretty quickly. So now I'm not making any money at all. I mean, I make my income last year, this is no joke, my income last year was only $3,000. Okay? I made $3,000 in income because everything that I have is pretty much in cash and I'm making no money at all. But that's okay. I have a lot of money and I can live off that. I will make it free and clear. I'm free and clear at this point, unless I get cancer or some kind of bad disease. I'm okay for the rest of my life. So that's the power of minimalism. I do not have to worry about my future because I'm a minimalist. I have plenty of money. Other people would spend lots of money, buy an RV, do all kinds of crazy stuff. But not me. I'm going to be independent, and I'm going to value my time and not things. So that's the moral of the story. That's the power of minimalism. That's the way I retired by age 40. And if you wound up watching this series of tragic events in these videos, I hope that you enjoyed and learned something from it, or were at least mildly interested. And that's the end of now my third video on how I use minimalism to retire at age 40. And that's the end of this episode, so thanks for watching. Thanks for watching episode 1. Thanks for watching episode 2. Thanks for watching episode 3. And there will not be a 4th episode. So, this has been another video from Random Thoughts from Crazed Mind, the worst video channel on YouTube. So long, YouTube.